guys, I'm live. There's a new subscribe thing.
There's no subscribe.
Ubuntu
Ano?
touch. Ubuntu
We're gonna watch new scammer diba?
Scammer.
Scammer.
Not Allen Iverson, is it?
Allen Iverson?
Yeah, he was a gentleman. He played basketball, and I used to watch him. He played for we called them the Philadelphia. But the Philadelphia 76ers. But I'll tell you what, he had a great mid-range game. He was pretty good from three, really could drive. He was smaller than a lot of the guards. He's kind of more like a shooting guard.
What do you see on your screen, on your computer screen, ma'am? What do you see there?
I just see PayPal contact.
Eventually, we start filling out the form, but it doesn't last long because we finally found where he's at.
Well, 7. Quick quiz for you. Where do you think these guys are from? You have 5 seconds.
Southeast Kolkata, West Bengal.
That's very specific. They are located in a really odd building in Kolkata, West Bengal, India.
Yeah, I believe it's southeast.
Southeast Kolkata?
Yeah.
It's south.
South of Bro.
Yeah, it's pretty south.
But it seems that we may have stayed off the call a bit too long, because when we go back and start trolling him again, Peter is not having it.
Select on it in which account you would like to receive this fund, and then hit submit.
I hit submit. It says back, forward, reload, save as,
Okay,
print,
once again,
cast,
you can see,
search,
do you see a
tab,
submit option? Once again, it is showing you just behind that.
open and... All right, hold on, a new page just came up. It says elements, styles, computed.
He shut down so fast.
And of course, he stayed like that for the rest of the day. But that works for us, because now we can do some investigation on the files we managed to grab off his computer. And one of them is about to reveal that Peter might be worse than we thought.
We don't really have a bunch of personal information on this guy. His computer is extremely empty except for one file. On the 13th of April, he took $14,400 via wire transfer from them. Whenever we come across a scammer that has actually scammed somebody, it sucks.
Right, and in these circumstances, that money is gone. But why?
Let's talk about the ways that scammers like to get paid. Their favorite? Probably crypto. Basically what'll happen is a scammer will ask a victim to either open up an account on a crypto exchange like Coinbase, or they'll go directly to a Bitcoin ATM and deposit cash there. Then the crypto gets transferred directly from the victim to the scammer. This is by far the most dangerous way that scammers get paid, because crypto was designed to be fast and irreversible. So once that transaction goes through, the money's gone forever. Now, crypto does have kind of a rough reputation, so some victims get pretty suspicious when they hear the word Bitcoin. That's why scammers still rely on more of an old school method, money mules. This is where things get kind of crazy. There is an entire network of people spread across the United States whose sole purpose is to pick up stolen cash. What'll happen is a scammer will convince a victim to withdraw a huge amount of cash or even gold, and then a money mule somewhere near them in the United States will come and pick up that cash. Sometimes they'll even show up at the victim's house. We usually try to simplify all of this by just saying that the mule picks up the cash, takes their commission, and then sends the rest to the scammer. But that's not exactly how this works. Let's say that a scammer tries to steal $14,000 from a victim. The money mule will collect that cash, confirm how much they had, and send an equivalent amount to the scammer minus the cut that they take. So let's say that's $500, they'll send $13,500 to the scammer in the form of Bitcoin. But here's the important thing. The actual cash that the victim withdrew stays in the US. It never actually gets all the way to the scammer. That way, these money mules can clean it. How? Well, these mules are usually a part of much larger criminal organizations, and money laundering, that's just business as usual for them. So what about wire transfers? This is probably the riskiest way that a scammer can steal money. Just like before, the victim will take some money and send it over to a money mule. But unlike when they pick up the packages, this money is gonna have a couple days of a hold on it, where the money mule can't actually access it. This gives us enough time to try and figure out what's going on with the wire transfer and send all the information over to our law enforcement contacts. And hopefully, if all of this goes right, they can place a hold on the wire transfer, local police can make contact with the victim and convince them to cancel the transaction entirely. And in some cases, we're able to actually figure out who the mule is and get a full arrest. But none of this is perfect. Law enforcement can freeze a wire transfer or intercept a package, but the victim has to agree to cancel it. And if they refuse, or if a scammer convinces them that everybody is lying, that money is gone. And even if police do arrest a mule, recovering that stolen cash is incredibly difficult. These operations are moving so much dirty money, it's impossible to tell which pile of cash came from which victim. Now, we have seen the comments asking why we can't just steal the money back for the victims. And trust me, we would love to do that, but here's the problem. By the time that money reaches the scammer, it's no longer considered the same as the victim's original stolen funds. So if we were to try and take that, we would be crossing a line into international theft. What we do already operates in a gray area, and we've been given certain permissions to do it, but authorities have made one thing extremely clear to us. If Scammer Payback ever tries moving money around, we will be in huge legal trouble. So what can we do? The biggest thing is prevention. That means teaching you guys about how these scams work, the way that they operate, so that when a scammer does call, you can immediately recognize the red flags.
But the other thing we can do is make it a lot harder for scammers to operate in the first place. So to get revenge, that's exactly what we're about to do to Peter.
Knight and I have some really incredible things in store for this scammer that we're very excited about. But before you get into that, I want to thank AnyDesk for partnering with Scammer Payback for so many years and sponsoring to fight to these scammers every single day. Now we're gonna get back into the video and finish off the scammer.
And we're gonna start when we notice something interesting about where Peter is living.
Banayak Pukur police station is like, what is that they say, a rock's throw?
Stones throw
away. Very close, a very short drive. So where this idiot scammer's at. So I figured we would try to scare him with the police station that's a couple minutes away from him on his computer, and then Knight was gonna do something else. What were you thinking about doing, Knight?
I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna put like random things on his desktop, and they're gonna be PDFs, each for wire transfers. And also we're gonna overwrite the file that he actually has the scan of the real wire transfer. And anytime he goes to it or hovers over it, that's when it's gonna go. We can trigger it manually as well, which is cool.
That's amazing. So anytime he's like, his little grubby hands go towards that file.
Exactly. Maybe we can like bring him to his desktop, let him see it, and see if he triggers it himself. But if not, we can always trigger it remotely. And it's gonna pop up a thing. We can make it say like, hey, this is for that lady. Then we can flash the police station, and we can talk through his computer. You wanna try yelling to his computer too?
Sure.
So we started putting together our virus. While doing that, we also alerted Peter's neighbors as to what's been going on. Now, as we're writing this email, we saw Peter was online, and wouldn't you know it, he was literally in the middle of another scam.
And he is currently scamming right now at 1:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 5/13/2026.
Very specific.
Please let me know if you need any further information.
So with our email sent and our virus locked and loaded, it's finally time to shut Peter down.
Get the login ID and password of your bank. I'm waiting.
They're really persistent here.
So are we. We have multiple forms of persistence.
Oh, trust me, no. It's our computer more than it is his computer.
Yes.
Wait, so do you want to do a slow wave first and see if he takes the bait? And then if not, we can always
want to hit him?
Yeah, I say we do it.
We almost need to crash his hop to desk.
Do you want to close it?
Fastest clicker in the West.
Fastest clicker in the West, baby.
I say go for it, dude. Risk it, dude. Risk it for the biscuit, bro.
Just a little minimize-y poo.
Do that one too.
Okay.
So you see all PDFs? You see the PDFs?
Yep. Oh my gosh, there are. Wire transfer, gift card.
See if he hovers over it. If he hovers over it, it's
come on.
Or you can hover over it too if you need to. This is perfect too because he stepped away for a second. Let's wait till he comes back.
Oh wait, he just moved.
Is he moving it? Come on. Yes!
You cannot get away with stealing 14K from that lady.
There's the police station.
While this is happening, we sent the email with his location, with the time he's scamming, and the building to this very police station with Kolkata Cybercrime.
Was that you moving or did he move it?
I moved it close and he was moving the mouse around.
Oh, no way.
He's just sitting here with this thing on.
You want to get his attention though? Hang on.
Oh yeah, can we do like a police siren or something?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. How do you know I was gonna look up India police siren?
I'm very surprised he hasn't just shut down.
Ready? Are you listening to it?
Yeah.
Let's see. You hear it?
I heard something there.
You heard it?
He's getting nervous. What was that noise?
Oh, that was the police siren. Oh, he's going away.
He shut down.
Away.
I'm really curious as to what's gonna happen to this guy that stole the 14K.
He's not gonna be able to come back.
Now he is at risk of getting arrested, and he left his evidence on his own computer that will ultimately lead for him to get arrested and put hopefully behind the bars. Big shout out to AnyDesk for partnering with us on this video. This is Pro Your Scammer Payback saying don't get scammed.
All right. Now what do we do? Stuff for sign word? Do we do stuff for signal?
Wait,
What are you doing, Mr. MG? Oh. Mr. MG. Mr. MD website name.
Okay, wait. He can go for shit, but I don't know why. Oh my god! Oh my god! Bro! But wait. Of course.
No, right off the bat, bro. Right off the bat. Right off the bat. Right off the bat.
Yeah.
Reproductive season cannot be this serious.
You know what I wanna do? Look. Look at me. Anyways, you sadly need to get away. Time to unanchor this. Oh god! Go, go, go! Oh! Go! Oh! Safe testing environment, do not copy. Wait. Oh, shh.
God.
He's like playing Jenga. With it's like playing Gotham Jenga. Bro. Please. Please. Oh. Oh. No. Oh. Ah! Shit!
What the fool? Please, what are you doing?
neverlimited.com.
Hear me? Good.
This episode is sponsored by ButcherBox. ButcherBox delivers 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork-raised, crate-free, and wild-caught seafood directly to your door. For a limited time, new members receive 2 pounds of ground beef free in every box for the lifetime of their membership. Head to the link in the video description for more info.
Oh, so hard to resist. Mesquite grilled onions, jalapeno relish. Wait a minute, those are Southwestern ingredients! Mango lime salsa? That's the kind of bold flavor they enjoy in Albuquerque!
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Binging with Babish, where this week I'm betting you're guessing that I got these hot dogs on ButcherBox. Nope, but I did make them from ButcherBox meat. I got 4 lovely ribeyes here that I'm going to cut into 1-inch cubes, and 4 strips of bacon. That's right, we're making beef and bacon dogs, both of which we're going to subject to the freezer along with our meat grinder for about 15-20 minutes before commencing to grinding on the largest plate. Keeping everything cold prevents smearing and other general forms of grossness. Once all the meat has been ground, we're going to toss it together with our spice and cure mixture. Into a separate bowl, I'm combining 18 grams of kosher salt, 6 grams garlic powder, 4 grams onion powder, 4 grams white pepper, 10 grams paprika, and 1.5 grams of pink curing salt, or Prague powder number 1. Go ahead and tiny whisk that together until all the spices are evenly distributed. Add it to the meat and toss to combine. Bear in mind this spice mixture is for 1 kilogram of beef and 100 grams of bacon. Once all the meaty pebbles have been evenly coated in the spice mixture, it's time to bust out our very finest grinding plate from the freezer and grind it once again into a smooth beefy spaghetti. Then we're going to take our smooth beefy spaghetti and process it even further into something called a farce. But unlike the work of Monty Python or the Valentine's Day episode of Frasier, this farce is simply our meat mash emulsified together via food processor with some ice water. 250 milliliters all told for our 1.1 kilograms of meat. I'm doing this in 2 batches so I don't burn out my food processor like I did during the Irishman episode. Scooping out the first batch into a bowl and then drizzling the remaining 125 mil into the food processor while it's running with the second batch of beef. Once we have our nice, smooth, creamy farce, you can either dig in with a spoon. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. What we're actually...
Why are you? What were you laughing? What were you? What were you doing?
Watching a video. Because I'm bored. So I don't know what to do.
Oh God!
No, look at my screen.
I'm looking. Animati.
2019.
Animati. Wait, didn't you supposed to see? Let me see that one.
Malo.
Kumalo. Kumalo.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, a path.
Wait, can you you know the FOP I sent you? Wait, do you remember the FOP I sent you?
Oh yeah. This is what I did with it so far. Just wait.
Statistika. Well, you know what I did? Yeah, I changed the font in the equalizer. Oh my god, I'm scared.
The less than 9,000.
Ubuntu Touch?
Ubuntu Touch?
Are you eating?
Kumalau, Incident 2003.
Kumalau. Do you guys remember the Kumalau?
What the fuck?
I think you guys should know that Kumalau.
Kumalau. World of fun. A papalicious. Yes, a papalicious. A pap. Studying the Lord. A Muller Gorda. Dude, recreate a Muller Gorda incident 2011.
A Muller Gorda. A Muller Gorda.
They hired the same scene, and he still shit himself.
Yeah, they rehired. What this? Brother!
What I'm going to do is allow this to cure, covering it with plastic wrap, press right down on the surface of the meat so as to prevent oxidation, and letting it chill out in the fridge overnight. And then it's my least favorite time of day, sausage stuffing time. I have here a length of natural sheep casing that is going to give our hot dogs a snappy bite. After letting it soak for 15-20 minutes, I am threading it onto our sausage stuffer, snipping off the excess, tying a knot so as to secure the extruding farce, and poking a hole in there using a sharp thing. This is going to help air escape and help prevent a phallic blowout. out, as we begin the very unpleasant process of shoving our squishy farce through the machine. And try as I might, we still ended up with an intestinal condom, so I'm going to do the opposite of what you should do to a condom and put more holes in it, give it another try, and success. Stuffing sausage by yourself is an annoying process because you have to both load the farce into the grinder and guide the casing off of the machine, so hopefully next time ordinary sausage will come through and give me some help. Once all your sausage has been stuffed, go and tie off the other end, give it a little wipe down so the exterior is a little less gross, and then it's time to start twisting into individual links, which you want to do alternating directions in each link. This prevents the sausages from unraveling when it comes time to cook them, which it is now. First we need to poke them with a whole bunch of holes using our sharp thing to prevent blowouts. Then these guys are headed out onto the smoker, which I have set to 175 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm using mesquite wood pellets for the sake of our onions later on, and so we can get that nice Albuquerque flavor in our hot dogs. Arrange them into a perfect circle if you feel like it, shut it down, and let them smoke for 1 hour, or until they register 150 degrees Fahrenheit at their thickest point. Not to mention look, feel, and smell like hot dogs, but do they taste like hot dogs? Let's find out. First we're going to snip the bits of casing betwixt the dogs so as to separate them, slice them open, and give them a try, and I'm happy to report that they taste like bacon hot dogs, so big win in my book. Now on to the plethora of condiments that adorn this dog. First up, jalapeno relish. I got about 8 de-seeded, deveined, and de-stemmed jalapenos, and 2 large cloves of garlic, the latter of which I'm going to process a bit before adding jalapenos to ensure its even distribution. Once that's good and chopped up, add jalapenos, and then process until it has a relish-like consistency, so nice little chunks. Scrape down the sides of the bowl occasionally, and process until your desired consistency is achieved. Then to sort of quick pickle these guys, I've got equal parts vinegar and water, about a ½ cup each, a tablespoon of kosher salt, and a ¼ cup of sugar, all of which I'm going to tiny whisk together and bring to a boil before pouring over our jalapeno garlic mixture, which I'm going to let cool completely about 1 hour before draining off excess liquid and refrigerating. This stuff turned out delicious, and I highly recommend you make it. Next up on the hit list are mango salsa, for which, it comes as no surprise, we're going to need some mangoes, which if you saw me answering questions from Twitter on Wired, you know I still don't know how to do with any efficiency or accuracy. So I'm going to keep slicing it up like an avocado and sort of inverting it so it looks like the picture on a package of High Chew, scraping off all the fruit and then chopping it up into a salsa-like consistency. Said salsa seen on The Simpsons didn't seem to have any other mix-ins, but it's not really salsa without some red onion. So I got half a small red onion here that I'm going to finely chop and add to the party, along with 1 small lime cut in half and juiced by hand. And because I care more about accuracy to southwestern flavors than my own taste buds, a little bit of chopped cilantro, a generous sprinkle of kosher salt, and a few twists of freshly ground black pepper. Go ahead and mix that together and you got yourself 1 mango salsa. Cover this up and refrigerate until ready to use. Last up, we have our mesquite grilled onions. This is probably most easily achieved by throwing some mesquite chips on a charcoal grill, but I don't have that, so onto the smoker it goes, this time cranked up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit for searing. Once we've logged a few minutes on there and we got some nice char marks, it's time to chop these guys up and assemble. First I'm going to lay out all 3 of our condiments here, our jalapeno relish, our mango salsa, and our mesquite grilled onions that I'm going to cut into hot dog appropriate sized pieces. If you want to see how to make your own hot dog buns, click the link in the upper right hand corner right now. Stuff a freshly charred hot dog into the bun and arrange the condiments in the strange orientation that we find them in on The Simpsons, that is next to each other rather than concurrently. Kind of an interesting idea actually, so you get different flavors as you eat the hot dog.
What if you were to ask, like, I have these 2 text files encrypted. Is there anything else? Downloads? No. I generated a completely new ransomware this time, and let's see if this one brings different results. Edit in Notepad. Oh, what was that? What did I just close? That message. Operation did not complete successfully because file contains a virus. It detects that my code is malicious. That's super cool. Okay, paste. And Windows Defender keeps acting up. Okay, but let's save this one and let's try to run it. Oh, and Windows Defender deleted my previous virus. Okay, let's just run this one. Encryptor. I'm not seeing any change now. Once again, I generated ransomware all over again and...
Yeah, and between the delicious homemade hot dog and the creative, flavorful toppings, this is genuinely one of the best hot dogs I've ever had in my life. If it were on a plate, it would legally be in the Clean Plate Club. But that being said, I think all these condiments would work better together rather than separately. Kind of like an old friend of mine, America. So I'm going to slop it up with all them toppings, and because I'm clearly biased, here comes Sawyer, a third-party adjudicator, and who, as an attorney, is incapable of lying. Let's see what he thinks of the newly improved isotope dog. You know it's good because you can't fake eyebrow movement like that. Thank you again to ButcherBox for sponsoring this episode. With ButcherBox, you can stock your freezer with high-quality meat products, making cooking and meal planning easier. You choose your box type and frequency, and they'll ship you your order for free, frozen for freshness.
Encryption? Are you fans of no longer?
I bet she comes out with just like a poop on a plate, right?
Poop on a plate would be good because at least there'd be traces of my food still in there.
Oh, snap, snap, snap.
Hey guys, give her a chance, all right?
Here it is, gang. Seared ahi.
Bro, a pap man keeps a papping.
Tostadas, grilled asparagus, couscous, and for dessert, molten chocolate lava cake.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Binging with Babish, where this week we're taking a look at Meg's dinner from Family Guy. Right off the bat, we're getting into a little bit of fusion, some seared ahi tuna tostadas. So I got a nice slab of very high quality ahi tuna here that I'm going to coat in black and white sesame seeds. Then we're headed over to the stovetop where we've got a couple tablespoons of neutral oil heated to smoking in a carbon steel skillet. Plop down the tuna, let it sit for no longer than 2 minutes on one side before flipping and searing on the other side. We just want a heavy sear on the outside and some nice rare tuna in the middle. Plop it on a rack, set in a rimmed baking sheet, and this guy's headed into the fridge until we're ready to use it. Next up, we're going to prepare the molten ganache core of our molten lava cake. I got 4 ounces of dark chocolate here that I'm going to chop very finely to ensure that it is melted by some hot cream. 4 ounces of heavy cream brought to a bare simmer. Pour it on in there, plop a plate on top, and let it sit for 15 minutes until the chocolate is completely melted. Stir it into a tizzy by virtue of your tiny whisk until it's smooth and homogeneous. Now I want this to be the same shape as my cake, only smaller, so I've got a little springform pan here that I'm going to pour it into before letting it chill out in the freezer for at least 2 hours, during which time we can make our tostadas. Got a nice stack of corn tortillas here that I'm going to wrap in paper towels and microwave for a few seconds just to warm them up and make them flexible, so that we can use the bottom of a muffin tin to form them into little cups. Now ideally you want 2 matching muffin tins so you can press them between the 2, but I can't seem to find any, so I'm just going to use these ring molds. Once set in place, this guy's headed into a 325-degree Fahrenheit oven for 10-12 minutes, just enough time to dry the tortillas out and set their shape. We don't want them getting too crispy or brown because next, of course, we are deep frying them. Got about a quart of peanut oil here heated to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, into which I'm going to deposit our tostada shells for about 30 seconds, draining on paper towels once crisp. Go ahead and set those aside because it's been 2 hours and it's time to cake. We're starting by generously buttering and sugaring a 6-inch springform pan. You guys might recognize this little bastard as the one that ruined my tiramisu, but having f***ed up plenty of times myself, I'm all about second chances. Once buttered and sugared, go ahead and set that aside because we need to make the, cake. 6 eggs are headed into the bowl of a stand mixer along with a ½ teaspoon of vanilla extract and a ½ cup of light brown sugar, which we're going to whisk together.
Oh no, I'm hungry. Please, I am so mad. You wanna know why I'm mad?
Why?
Because I'm hungry.
Then eat something.
What do you think it is, bro? Whoa, whoa, my life. You see my life?
No. What?
Bro, my life is on your FIP.
Wait. How much did I get now? 3. Oh, it's actually not spam. This isn't spam. This is not. I didn't get spam weirdly.
Spam.
Weirdly. Oh, wait. What about my second account?
Second account. Check.
3. Reddit?
Reddit.
Reddit is spam? Oh, guys, Reddit is spam. I don't care. WebWave. They don't even use this. What about Octavian?
Octaviano.
Not how about Octavian. Yeah.
Octaviano has no spam.
Wait. What? Wait, did you create an account on Octaviano?
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
I don't remember what it is, though.
Video player for Google Drive.
Thanks, yo.
Who is you? Oh, thanks to Discord's policies.
Discord.
You missed the messages.
Oh God. No. Okay, stop. I'm streaming, bro. Stop. Get out. Please, bro. Please stop. Okay, stop.
I think I also have. Wait.
Discord.
Wow.
Wow, cute.
Discord. I don't have Discord notifications. Wow. What about my second one? In Discord. Oh, this. Wait, what was it? I forgot. Hey, good start?
Midtown. Whitem. Up top. He shoot down. Kufta.